good.
Yeah.
So as I was saying,
Hello,
I'm
Edith.
very happy and honored to be here with you. It's a real pleasure.
Same. Thank you.
Shall we start?
Yes, we can start.
Okay. So first of all, good evening to all the lovely ladies of women, all the women of Societal Grace Forum. I am Archana Singla, the Relationship Director of this vibrant community. And I take the privilege and great joy in welcoming each one of you to today's inspiring online workshop, How to Be Influential, Leading with Elegance and Impact. This session is dedicated to help us embrace our unique power to lead with confidence, grace, and meaningful influence. And I'm truly honored to introduce the esteemed international speaker, a woman of many dimensions, Miss Edith Lassiat. She is a mentor to visionary women leaders around the world and a unique voice at the crossroads of strategy, transformation, and art. With a rare blend of experience in high level corporate strategy, deep psychological insight, and creative intuition, she guides global executives from Chanel, YSL, and Cartier to international university presidents to lead with alignment, presence, and impact. She is also an author, a speaker, and a passionate advocate for beauty as a source of leadership. Her significance mentorship helps women shift from proving to radiating and from visibility to legacy. And just a few months ago, I had a privilege to meet her personally at the Influential Women Awards 2024 in Paris. And now, with great warmth and admiration, I invite our wonderful speaker, Miss Edith Lassiat, to take the lead. Edith, over to you.
Oh, namaste. Thank you. Thank you for the honor of being there. And thank you for this warm presentation. It is a true privilege to stand among women who shape, lead, and inspire. In business, in everywhere we stand, we have a possibility to inspire the world. And it's a true privilege to be with you today. Often we lead quietly, but powerfully at the highest level. I'm here not just as a mentor today, but as someone who walked many paths, as you said, Arshna, in business, art, writing, sometimes in silence when I was creating my works in my studio, sometimes in visibility like today or in Paris with Monica and all of you. You are already exceptional, but too often brilliance hides behind efforts, expertise, or behind doubt. So this conversation is not about adding more to your plate. It is about reconnecting to what is already within you and learning to let it radiate with elegance, alignment, and impact. Shall we begin? I will share the slide now and disappear for a few minutes, and we'll come back as soon as we want to share. What I propose is after this presentation, which I built for you, we'll take a time to Q&A, to chat. You will ask me questions if you want, and I will be available for you. So let's start with the slides. This one. And tell me in the chat if it's okay, if you see the slide well. I have some people to admit now, so I will interrupt for a few seconds, the time to let everyone get in the room. So, is it okay? Can you see the slide well?
Yes, we can.
And do you see only the screen or more? Is it only the slide with influential women or everything in my screen?
It's only the slide that we see.
Perfect. So it's done. Okay. How to be influential, leading with influence and impact. For me, leadership is not about titles. It is about impact, influence, and inspiration. That's Robin Sharma who said this, and I couldn't agree more. We cannot lead people we do not influence. Legacy leadership is a skill that we learn and mature along the way. It is about forging an alliance with success and excellence in order to create meaning, transmission, and lasting impact. Why this matter for us today, for us women? I made some research, and in India and across the world, a new generation of women is rising, bold, visionary, and ready. The codes of influence still need to evolve. Close your microphone during the session because I can hear it. Please, voila, thank you. Something is missing. We need new stories. We need models, more and more models to inspire the world. And this moment is really about creating new models. By embodying different kinds of leadership, we need inspiring model. You, me, and all of us must today be visible enough to inspire more and more generations. Ask yourself a question. What do you secretly desire when you think of being truly seen? What would you like to show of you? And what are you most afraid, if so, that people might see? Do you feel comfortable with being seen? What do you expect from yourself to show to the world? And what are you most afraid of? Take a few seconds to think about it. Can be physic, your way of showing yourself. It can be way of talking. It can be your culture. It can be whatever which you want to share, or on the contrary, which could make you resist because you might be afraid of what people might see of you. Here are 5 most successful Indian business women, and they just don't lead. They redefine influence. Through biotech, entrepreneurship, they show quiet power, clear presence. We are now creating spaces to lead with authenticity, impact, and grace. In 2021 alone, India saw the rise of several women-led unicorns, like Zilingo, Ankiti Bose, Revigo, Ghazal Kalra, Nika. My pronunciation might not be the right one. I hope you will forgive me. Falguni Nayar, Mobiquick, Upsana Taku, Zivame, Richard Carr. These are tech logistic company that has been dubbed as the Uber for truck. This is Revigo. Zilingo is a fashion marketplace. Nika, first choice for a lot of women and men for buying beauty and wellness product. Mobiquick, she left her job in PayPal in Silicon Valley to have a better financial inclusion and plans for Indian women and men, a digital wallet. Zivame tracked the growth for Victoria's Secret in USA and realized that there was not such facility available in India. She brought revolution in Indian online shopping. What stood out wasn't just their innovation, it was their ability to lead with clarity, elegance, and bold, a new model of leadership. But why am I here to speak with you today? My journey has taught me that influence is not claimed, it is embodied. That's why I offer today elite-tailored mentorship to exceptional women. My role is to guide you across that pivotal threshold where expertise alone is no longer enough, where inner alignment becomes the key to true recognition. As Lucille Desjonquers says, she's president of World Women Forum in France, I open doors that are usually out of reach even for high-level women. This is what I love to do. I'm trusted by iconic brands, as you said, YSL, Chanel, Cartier, Bell, YFCU, which is a Federation for Catholic Universities, and I trained 30 presidents of universities, including 10 in India during the COVID situation. Well, in fact, I like to work not for everyone, but for those who are ready to make history. So, your influence and legacy in 3 steps. We will share 3 main steps to enhance your legacy. Some people are coming now, so I must admit them. Okay. If your way of leading were a story, what would you like others to remember from it? What would they remember not just from what you did, but from who you are? What would you like your legacy to be? What is your mission? What is your deep intention to bring something to the world? This is an important question to ask yourself. As for me, it is about women leadership, women empowerment. I've been raised by 3 women, my lineage, who stood and became very strong in a period where women had no rights, but they taught me how to stand and dare. So what would be your legacy, the mission, the influence that you would like to bring to this world? This is a very intimate question which comes from your story, personal story most of the time. We'll talk about it at the end of this conference. So the first key is presence, gravitas. This is the first dimension of influence, inner fire. Gravitas is the art of embracing one's essence and inner power. It's like a flame. It is the first step in influence, and it is silent. It's not through words, it's through presence. It is the energy you carry before you speak. It is about how grounded and secure you feel within. If you close your eyes a few seconds, how secure do you feel inside? This ignition. I'm here for something important. I'm not here just to visit the world, but to leave a legacy, to transmit, to change the world. Begins in my family, social network, and then larger and larger. How grounded and secure do you feel inside? The issue, the invisible cost of this influence, is that many brilliant women still over-adapt or exhaust themselves to be accepted, or work harder just to be seen. We talk of a syndrome of a good student for women, or speak less or shrink to avoid being too much. And it's not because we lack talent, but because we've been trained to be efficient, not visible, strategic, but not influential, respected, but not remembered. Being competent is not longer enough. It is time to be seen and felt. But there's a secret, a shift from proving to radiating. As we said, real influence begins inside, not outside. When your words, your presence and energy tell the same story, you no longer need to convince, you magnetize. So this is not about speaking louder. It is about becoming impossible to ignore, because the energy, even in the silence, we radiate is there, is strong. So strategic alignment is a new leadership language. Charisma is born from inner coherence. My confidence, what I want to show to the world, the word I will say, how I look, how I present myself. It's a coherency. It must be like a whole idea of oneself and what we want to give to the world. Alignment is the new strategy. So use this to lead into presence. Who inspires you today? Who are the persons, the personalities who you admire, who would be examples for you to go further? Take a few minutes to find, identify people who would inspire you. Ask yourself, is it inspiring personalities? Is it your feminine lineage? Like I told you, my grandma, my mom, even my grandmother, who showed me a way to dare and stand. Is it ladies you can see around you, personalities? Who are they? What did they achieve? Why do they inspire you? Aren't they the mirror of your intimate desire and potential that needs to be achieved? I strongly believe that the people we admire are a reflection of our deepest possibilities, deepest desire. I remember I made this work one day, finding out who are the real people who admire me. And they were not in my field, professional field. They were philosopher, musician, artist, and Michelle Obama. And when I thought about it, why? Strange, I wouldn't have thought about them. And why? Because one spoke about my philosophical and spiritual part. Another one spoke about all my artistic desire and knowledge. And Michelle Obama, because she is both a lady, first, she was the first lady of United States, but also powerful and with a structure of a couple, a full woman. And it talked about me. I want to be all this, and I am all this. So my models helped me to redefine myself. Am I clear? Are you getting clear what I'm sharing? The chances are that the people you admire are aligned with your real you, who you really are deep inside. We'll take time to talk about it at the end. So, practical advice. When you want to have this gravitas, practice coherence daily. Before any high-stakes interaction, make a pause. Hold your breath. Stand, breath, and connect. Not to impress, but to inhabit. And repeat slowly, deeply, I am fully in my body. I belong here. This pause, this moment of silence and breath will help you connect through your body to your inner strength. And this is the start of a presence. Don't have to speak loud, don't have to prove, just be connected to yourself. This is very important. In all the challenges I've had along my life, each time I took this time to just reconnect to my body, to myself, to who I really are, it went perfectly well. But, there's a but. Second key is that most of women express they have an invisible filter, the imposter syndrome. Why it matters? Because this filter creates hesitation. It slows down our brilliance. It pushes many women to shrink and stay in the shadow of a full expression. Many women hold back their voice, their ambition, or their visibility, not because they are unsure of their value, but because a quiet voice inside whispers, "Am I enough? Do I really belong here? What if they realize I'm not as good as they think?" Do you know this little voice inside of you? Some moments that are a little bit more difficult than your daily process. But this voice is passed down. It's not ours. And we can rewrite it. It comes from the past, from something we've heard, sometimes from our childhood, the way we were seen as a child. And it's like a repetition of something which is not ours at all. First thing to understand, this voice doesn't belong to us. And this is not a weakness. This is an inherited filter. The silent and invisible weight passed through generations, systems, and sometimes silence. And your leadership deepens the moment you stop needing to prove it. This is very important. Remember, this voice is passed down. It is an inherited filter, and you can rewrite it. So the invisible filter, the imposter syndrome, reflect 1 second. When do you feel it? What does it stop you from doing? Take a few seconds to answer these questions. How often do you experience imposter syndrome? And you can write it down in the chat so that I will read it after our sharing of the slides. How often do you feel it? Is it 1 to 3 often and you find it hard to take your place? Or 4 to 6, I often doubt, but I'm still manage to move around? Or 7 to 10, no, quite not. I feel aligned with my value and confident in my role. Generally, when I make this inquiry, I see 5, middle 5. Most women are in imposter syndrome, not to the extent that they are completely frozen, but rarely I can read a 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I don't feel it. I'm powerful. And in what context does it show up for you? This is an important question to ask yourself. Is it before speaking in public? It is heard in some studies that the 2 main fears of people are deaf and speaking in public. Can you believe it? Speaking in public is one of the main fears of everyone, even men. Huh? Is it in meetings with influential people? Is it when receiving a compliment or recognition? Wow, why? Or when offered a new opportunity or promotion? Again, in the chat, write if you want to share this with us, and I will check it afterwards. So, how intense, from 1 to 10, you feel comfortable, or in what context you feel uncomfortable? In fact, imposter syndrome is not a problem. It is a signal. I was in London for a summit for women in private equity, twice, last year and this year, the high-level women in finance. And one of them, who is the most famous, told us in a table ronde, round table, if you haven't got imposter syndrome, it means that you are not stretching enough. I really believe that a part of our imposter syndrome is a signal to show us that there's a challenge. And why imposter syndrome? Because on one hand, we want to achieve this challenge, but it's a challenge, so it's new. We do not have all the keys to succeed. But on the other hand, while we do not have all the keys on hand, we doubt. But it's within it's while we go into a challenge, step by step, that the imposter syndrome will shrink, because by doing, we fear less and less and we learn. So it's not a flow to fix, it's a door to unlock. Your takeaway: when you understand this, your doubt becomes your next level of leadership, because it will help you to become more accurate, to understand more of a challenge and to find out the right keys to succeed. And you will feel stronger and stronger after every challenge. And your imposter syndrome, again, will shrink little by little, because the experience you get will allow you to tell yourself, don't worry, I can handle it. Remember, we did it. You see what I mean? Practical advice. Anchor your confidence with evidence. Keep a confidence file, a private document where you collect praise, milestones, and moments of pride. I love to use my most beautiful pen, Mont Blanc, in order to write on my most beautiful notebook. Because for me, it is a moment I share with myself, with beauty, and I write all the elements I can be proud of myself, so that for the days I doubt, I read them and I say, okay, you've been through it. Go ahead. The third key is about developing a strategic visibility through relationships. Have you noticed that some women walk into a room and shift the energy without saying a word? Their presence leaves a mark, like a precious ring worn close to the skin. They do not need to raise their voice. They radiate through clarity, posture, and purpose. So, this strategic visibility is very important, because influence is not about exposure. It is about intention. What do I really want to bring, to enhance? You don't need to be everywhere. You need to be seen in the right place, with the right people, for the right reason. So, 1, build alliances that position you, not support you. Choose collaborators who elevate your brand, value people, gain respect, exceed expectation. 2, be in rooms that stretch your identity. Say yes to rooms where you are slightly intimidated. That's often where you belong. We say, if you are the most clever people in a room, you are not in the right room. If you want to enhance yourself, to develop yourself, go where it is a little bit higher than you think you are. Stretching. And third point, use visibility to reflect your values and future, not just your current role. What you are now is what you are now, but you want to become. What you want to become and develop of yourself is what you must show. Everything visible, your voice, your content, your alliances, should whisper, this is who I'm becoming. Don't show where you come from or who you are now, but the greatness you carry in yourself. This is very important. In fact, we must make people dream. I remember when I was 28, the president of Cartier, Alain-Dominique Perrin, hired me. We had 1 hour meeting, knew nothing about me, and I didn't know much about luxury. But probably I had this power in me to have dreams and to express them. And he picked me up and he said, okay, you get in the job, and I was named area manager with half of the world to supervise. I was 28. But he saw through my personality what I would like to become. And he didn't hire what I was, but the person I was going to become. Very important, if you open your desires, your wish, your vision, and share it, even if you are smaller now than you will be tomorrow, hopefully, because you are here to grow, people will see this, and they will see you as a promise of the potential you have to develop. This is, for me, probably one of the most important lessons all my life brought me and allowed me to exhibit in United States after 2 years of learning art. And every huge opportunity I got was through these people finding out in what I could express, the potential I had. I was impressed by Indra Nooyi. She wrote a book, My Life in Full, Work, Family, and Future. And in fact, she's an internationally celebrated leader with deep Indian roots. She transformed PepsiCo with long-term sustainable strategies. She's an advocate for women in leadership, work-life balance. So important. We are so much more than just a job. And impact-driven leadership. She had a strategic vision, resilience, and authenticity. And she showed us that legacy is not just about reaching the top, but it is transforming the path for those who follow. And this comes back to influence. So, legacy, for you, for me, for all of us, stands on 3 pillars. First, a personal signature. Define your unique method, philosophy, or personal brand, your singularity. When I was introduced at the beginning of the conference, I was introduced as an author, a mentor, an artist, and I'm also a shaman. This is my unique method in life to be complete. It is my personal signature, and I assume it. Transmission, share your vision through guidance. Help people grow. What I'm doing today, and it's a gift I love to give to all of you. It's sharing a vision through guidance. It is transmitting, and this is what makes me alive, what I love to do. And it helps people grow around me and helps me growing at the same time. Because by transmitting, you grow also. I'm growing with you. Working on this conference helped me to grow even further in order to transmit. So transmission is not only for the people around you, but for yourself. Because you can't transmit what you don't master. And to master, you must work a little bit further in order to become rich enough to be able to share something. A lasting impact. Build projects that outlive you. And influence that endures. Leave some track. On my website, I say, your life is a message you will leave to the world. Make it inspiring. To have a lasting impact. Build something that outlives you and influence that endures. Some women leaders leave a mark in history while others are forgotten because recognition fades if it isn't built and nurtured. Iconic figures create a ripple, a movement that lives on beyond them. This is what Monica does with Ifik. It's exactly what you do, Monica. You transmit, you have a personal signature, and you are creating a lasting impact. And this is, for me, what legacy really represents. A practical advice. Curate your circles with wisdom. Map the rooms where your future belongs and start showing up even before you feel fully ready. because people will see your potential, and it will help you to dare to be more and more every day, but more of yourself, more of your real you. Visibility starts with proximity. Along my long life, I'm almost 70, so I've been through many things. What I know about real power, the 5 truths that really change the way I lead, guide, and hopefully will leave a trace. First, let's honor our lineage and choose our inheritance. Our lineage brought us wonderful things and more difficult ones. Sort out. I keep, I throw. I keep, I don't keep. Your childhood drivers, whether to prove, please, or shrink, hold the key to your power. Transform them, these childhood drivers, into conscious choices. Choose what you want to keep from your childhood and make them gems. Your deepest wounds, said one of my mentor, are the roots of your excellency. Sometimes we have deep wounds, but we are the roots to become more powerful and excellent. Second point, second truth, anchor in your lived experience. Your journey, your wounds, your wisdom are your most credible source of influence. Make the list of all your achievements and own every step. Every step helped you to become who you are. Third one, lead from alignment. Create inner clarity before seeking outer recognition. First, who am I deeply? What brings me joy? Who am I when I don't have to relate to anyone, but really to feel comfortable in my life? Presence isn't improvised, it's anchored. Build rituals of alignment. Every day I take time to connect to my body, to my intention, to what I really love in life. And every day I'm a strong hedonist. I try to find something which helps me to say to life, I'm so happy to be here. This is some ritual of alignment. Contribute to transcend. True influence begins when you have enough inner space to serve others. Share, not to shine, but to elevate. Be aware and generous. Add value. And you know what? Generous is a natural competence and talent we have as women. We have it. It was in the, comment on pourrait dire? When we were born, we had it. It's a talent. We are generous. So let's dare to open our hearts and be generous. Transmit, don't just succeed. Leadership becomes legacy when you teach, mentor, and leave a method, not just a mark. Start documenting what only you know. Each of us have a personal history, desire, dream, talents, competency, and so we are unique. And it is important to start to document who we are as unique person, because there we can bring something great to the world. So you understand what drives me? Just don't aim to be visible, but become unforgettable. It's going from effort to elegance, from proving to radiating. This is the space I hold. It took me years to get there. I had a potential probably, but I worked it out with people who mentored me. I always was impressed by people who could show me a way. I dared to go where it could have seemed impossible at the beginning, but I dared. When somebody trusts you and say, I trust, I think you can do it, even if you doubt. Create a new space, take your place. So what I practice now is elite tailored mentorship. I believe that together we can lead with purpose and leave a trace that truly matters. My mentorship is crafted for visionary leaders. Today, I mentor the CEO of Chanel. I mentor people of this level because they found in me something that helps them to become even more radiant as they probably are now. So it's just, my mentorship is crafted for visionary leaders, for those who don't just aim to succeed, but want to leave an impactful, meaningful imprint. A lever for elevation, from personal mastery, inner clarity, and profound presence to broader impact. Alignment, influence, and transmission, which was the topic of today, because authenticity and clarity are the new engines of leadership. And I create private circles of women leaders ready to play on another level. As Lucille de Joncker said, she opens doors that are usually out of reach, even for high-level women. So if you feel called to elevate your influence, you will receive a mail anyhow with the replay of this conference and the slides. And if you want to share, to have a moment of privacy with me and you want to have a call, just, it's very easy. You go to my website, edithlassiat.com, and get in touch with me. It will be very easy. But before we start to chat, my last secret: cherish your inner child, because the child within us holds the keys to fearless joy, bold creativity, and unshakable truth. The most magnetic leaders are those who never stopped playing. So cherish your inner child. So, chat, let me see the chat. I quit the slides now. We are going to share chat. Monica, maybe you can open your microphone, and I would like to start to talk about how you felt. And if you want to share, if anyone wants to share, what was the most striking element in this conference for you? What your takeout?
So yeah, of course, how to be influential. It was quite enlightening, and we have learned a lot today. Thank you so much, Edith.
You can all open your camera. Voila, your video. Ashna, all of you, don't hesitate to open your video. And when you want to talk or ask a question, just don't hesitate and open your microphone. One by one.
I think it was quite informative and clear. So I don't know whether they have any questions or not, but it was detailed and clear.
Concerning the imposter syndrome, generally, maybe you can write in the chat if you are from very affected by it, and it's 1 to 3 or 4, and then 4 to 7, it's average, or never, it's you feel highly comfortable, 7 to 10. It would be interesting to see how you feel. Maybe you can write it in the chat, because I don't see if you have.
And I would like to thank Edith for your profound wisdom. And you guide us so beautifully on how to lead with elegance and impact. And this session was really enlightening. Thank you so much. We had so much to take away.
Hi everyone, I'm Ritika.
Thank you, Ashna.
And thank you so much, Edith, for the invaluable insight on how to be truly influential. We deeply appreciate you sharing your knowledge and experience with us. We look forward to learning more from you in the future.
With pleasure. Yes. as I told Monica, I will send you the replay, the slides, and
All right.
for the one who would like to have a private session with me, you just will have all the elements and we can organize a 20 minutes call in order to share. Voilà.
Okay. All right. I
So-
think anyone has a question? Doesn't seem so. Anyone wants to ask any question right now?
It's time to be visible. It's time to dare. No question is weird, only the answers. No question is silly, only the answers. So it's very difficult to ask the first question. This is something, it's like speaking in public. The person who dares to open the room with a first question is always very daring and bold. It's difficult. I feel it myself sometimes. What is a clever question I can ask, knowing that I've learned a lot already? What can I ask more? Does it talk to you? Does it ring the bell? Give me time to digest what I've already had. And I have no question now.
No question. Seems like same. And everyone is like so enlightened that they don't have any more questions.
But then if I would like a gift, which is that just everyone says in one word or very short sentence what the takeaway can be: confidence, can be joy, can be energy. Just one word, your takeaway after this moment shared together.
So yeah, maybe they're writing on the chat.
So I don't see it on the chat. Has anyone? I mean, you wrote so there. Just to put one word, can be energy, can be bored. Bored. I was bored.
No, it was quite energetic.
My heartfelt.
Hi, Edith. I really wanted to thank you. Sorry I couldn't switch on my camera earlier. I was finishing off my lunch, and the one takeaway or the takeout for me was that you keep a diary and the finest pen that you have. I do that myself. I keep a small, like a gratitude journal, and it really helps me when I'm going through my lows to just read it back. So yeah, that was the biggest takeout for me. Thank you so much. It was really well explained, and there were a few points that we generally overlook when we are meeting somebody or when we are standing alone or before speaking. So you really explained it well. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Every day we learn something new. Yes, every day. And take notes is so important because after a while we forget. And in the hard times, it's so powerful to have a list of real elements we've been through. We forget them when we are a little bit down. And to have this document and say, hey, this is you as well. It's so powerful. Yes, thank you.
Thanks to you for such a great knowledge you have imparted to us.
But this is a subject I really master, but I spend a lot of time preparing this conference because for me, transmission is about all the energy you put in it. I told Monica, I spent hours and hours to prepare this conference because it's so meaningful. It's so meaningful for you, for me, for Monica, for us. And we have to invest ourselves a lot because it produces gems. Yeah.
Yes, true.
Wonderful workshop. Thank you, Ayushi. The best thing was cherish your inner child. Oh, yes. I remember one day I've worked 30 years on me with I'm a therapist now, and specialize in systemic constellation, so generations analysis to recover the best from our own history and the history of parents, grandparents, and so. And I remember one day I was working and my therapist asked me, it was 35 years ago, try to find a little Edith. And I closed my eyes and I remembered a picture of me. I was 3 years old. I was in Nice in south of France with my grandpa. And I could see the little Edith alone with all her buckles, and she was so deep. And in my visualization, I came close to her, so close that I could touch her. And suddenly I felt all the love and power of this little 3 years old Edith alone, playing alone or thinking, I don't know. But I wept. I was weeping and weeping. Just the fact that I could find this little Edith. And we looked at each other. And I said, I'm you, but I'm grown up now. And we kind of melted together. And now she's always there. She's there in me saying, hey, you're allowed to be yourself. You're allowed to be alone when you want to be alone and to play when you want to play. You are allowed to be powerful. You are allowed to be who you are. Thank you to allow me to become this. And this day, I can still feel it in my body, meeting with my closed eyes the little Edith. So I invite you, all of you, to just close your eyes after this session and to maybe you can do it from a picture that comes to your mind. It came really through a picture because this picture of me, 3 years old, was in my parents' home. And this picture helped me to see who Edith was. And I think the real power in me started there because the little one and the grown-up one were together. So, such a silence. But don't remember, we are all powerful. We are powerful. We are great. We are generous. We are beautiful. We have everything the world needs. Just dare to show it your own way, because we do not have the same way to show ourselves. But it is important to show your beauty, inner beauty. And yeah. So if you want to say a last word before we quit, open. Monica, just send me all the mail address of everyone in the group so that I can send to all of you what I promised.
Okay, sure.
And voilà.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Edith. Thank you so much.
I was so happy to share this time with you. Really.
And I really want to thank you on behalf of all the women of Societal Grace Forum. Thank you again for your honorable presence. Thank you.
And Archana and Monica, you're doing a great, great job. I hope I will come to see you in India one day.
Yeah, sure.
I've never been in India, never been. Though I mentored 10 Indian presidents of university. I've never been there because it was during COVID situation. It was like this online. I mentored them during 1 year, but it was impossible to get there. So I haven't been there.
Most welcome.
Have a wonderful day. And
same to you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.